Hello, welcome. This is the Streets of Rogue soundtrack blasting, and we're looking at X-Men number 27. Now, this is from the time period where I did not read a lot of comics. I think in the year 1997, I read 2 comic books. 2. Not even like volumes of comics, just like 2 actual comic books. Because this is around the time when they weren't really as visible as they had been. They had about priced themselves out of the market. You know, when a comic book starts costing like $3 back then, like that's a lot of money. Now, this book, the first part of it I really liked, and the second part of it not so much. I don't know what the overall arching plot line is that's going on in this comic, but we open up, like, I don't know what the big storyline is. We got Dark Beast doing Dark Beast stuff, which Nate Gray is not so happy about. I enjoy that Dark Beast somehow survived the end of the Age of Apocalypse. Like, that's a hoot. But look at this armored train here. Department H, evil, you know, mad science train. Super armored, super gunned, and they're robbing it. They got a passenger. Nate Gray thinks that they're here to rescue the passenger. They kind of are, and we get some great little action here for a couple of pages. It's some fun stuff as they rob this train. The second half of the book is like typical X-Men drama stuff. Like, oh, look at that. We actually had an ulterior motive. The train was also carrying like nerve gas or something like that. Okay. Whatever. And Nate's hanging out with some kind of bad people too, while all this is going on. I love his facial expression right here as he's rescuing the girl. Like, look at that. Like, he's like, huh? Like, huh? Absolute surprise right there. And it's a hoot. But they get a good bit of, like, combat stuff going on. And there's Dark Beast, like, slumming it with all these X-Men rejects. Havoc is in this book. Nate Gray's in this book. I think the green girl's called, like, Fatale or something like that. Plus Dark Beast. Yeah, there's Havoc right there. Ultimately, like, whatever's going on in this book doesn't really feel like it matters all that much. You know, I have never seen Chasing Amy. Never. I don't even know if I've seen clips of Chasing Amy. I must have. I don't think I could have made it through college without that. But, like, I hear people referencing it and stuff, and they're like, I have no idea. I have no idea. Anyway, the art in this book is awful fun. Oh, yeah. There's a crazily drawn Havoc right there. Like, look at his proportions, man. Dude is... Havoc is one of those guys that doesn't have to be jacked. You know what I'm saying? Like, his whole power thing is he like, you know, has these powers that are like he channels energy and stuff like that. Just like Cyclops, his brother, right? He just does it differently. Like, Havoc does not need to be inhumanly jacked. And yet this Havoc is completely inhumanly jacked. I'm totally rambling here, man. Basically, let me find... little 2-page spread here. Basically, I had a lot of fun reading this book. The first part of it, where they're breaking into the train, they're doing all this cool stuff. There's some great fight sequences. They're making fun of Canada. I think is a key thing of what I like about this book. We'll go back to the first page and look at that. But there's some good action at the beginning of the book. Dumb drama in the second half that's trying to advance the plot. I don't know what the plot is. We're 30 years later. I don't think I care what the plot is. If I'd paid $1.95 for this in 1997, I don't know that I would have been too into it, man. Like, I'm not a big follower of the X-Men books. I had no idea what was going on. And that's kind of a problem a lot of comics in the 90s had, is they were trying to tell this, like, very interconnected boom, 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 boom story, and there weren't very many one-offs. And when you're growing up and you ain't got a lot of money, you can't afford to buy X-Men every month, you know? Or, like, 7 X-Men titles, whatever they were putting out back then, because they put out a lot of X-Men books. Like, you just couldn't afford to do it. So you were necessarily just going to start missing stuff. And I missed a lot of stuff in a lot of books. And I much preferred, like, the random Spider-Man, like, Web of Spider-Man book I would pick up, and it'd be a complete, like, standalone issue. Boom, you can read it and done. But yeah, it looks like there's like a new Brotherhood of Evil Mutants or whatever, led by Dark Beast, and they're stealing nerve gas, and they tricked him into helping him rob the train so they could rescue that, or so he could think he was rescuing the girl while they were rescuing the nerve gas or something, like whatever. And they're fighting Canada. Now, I did promise we'd look at this here. I like it. A lot of country Canada. Rough, rugged, anything but barren. Beautiful, more wilderness instead of land. But something's rotten at the core. That's right. Something is rotten at the core. Canada's going through a lot right now, man. I think we all are going through a lot right now. Like, I feel your pain, Canada. So, book was okay. For a 50-cent bin pickup that I got for free, I liked it all right. Was it a good book? Probably not. I don't know. I'm not invested in it. It doesn't make me feel any particular way, good or bad. It's just kind of like, yeah, it's there. There you go. X-Men 27. It's there.